everyone, Albert here all the way from Croatia, and hope everyone had a great week, that you're enjoying your weekend. I'm back here. I want to continue the conversation that we started some time ago. I want to talk about Metaprograms and how to unlock buying and decision-making strategy. And if you haven't been to previous videos, if you haven't visited with me before, I would suggest and recommend after you finish this video to go back to check those videos, because it's going to make more sense, right? We're talking about Metaprograms, how people are making decisions, and how to use this in a sales environment, in any type of meeting, any type of persuasion that you do. Just a quick reminder, we talked about 10 Metaprograms and what they are. They're like shortcuts in our brain that control how we think, how we believe, how we act, react, interact. Literally all the external world, how we process our external world right here between the ears, right here in our brain. Basically, it controls everything, right? It's like a software that runs application in our minds, which is a supercomputer, our brain, right? So, we discussed last time matcher, which is a person that always generally is acquiescent, that is agreeing with everything, see things that are alike. These are the people that we love interacting with because we can get obviously common ground with them rather quickly. And then quite opposite of that, it's a mismatcher. So these are people that automatically are matcher or mismatcher in this particular situation. Everything that you say, they'll give you an immediate and an instant counter, and they do not see things alike. Now, I already said not everyone is purely just a matcher or mismatcher. Sometimes there's a combination. So you have a matcher that sees first as things are alike, and then sees a counterexample of the differences. And then there's a mismatcher that will have a polarity response after that. If you are confused, if you are thinking to yourself, Albert, what are you talking about? I do not get it. Don't worry about it. I'm going to continue with this conversation right now, so it's going to give you a frame of reference, but then I would suggest go back to the last video so you can understand the gist, because they are building upon one another. Because last time I gave 2 Metaprograms, and today I'm going to give 2 as well. I'm going to go 5-part series all together because I want to give you this in bite-sized chunk. This is an advanced training. This is psychology on a very, very high level. So I don't want to keep it casual as something that you can marinate on and you can really understand what we are saying. Because if I would give this all these 10 Metaprograms all at once, it would be a considerable investment of time first. It might feel a little bit overwhelming. I know some of you are masters at it, but a lot of people would feel a bit overwhelmed. So I'm giving it little by little, all right? So let's talk about the next Metaprograms. Today I'm going to talk about 2. Now, the third Metaprograms is there are people that are internally focused, or externally focused. I'm trying to keep this very nice and tidy, even though I'm not really succeeding. This is very legible, but anyway, you know, at least you have a visual representation of my words. Now, what that means is how people make decision and how they are compelled to process and to make decision based on that. Because people that are internally focused, they don't really care other people's opinion, you know, in most cases. They care about what they think about the product, about the watch, about the bracelet, about the car, about the idea, about the business. Very often, you're going to see some strong-willed people, entrepreneurs. They're going against the grain. They think about the outside of the 9 dots. Very often, they're going to be very heavily internally focused because they matter. What it matters to them is actually only what they think about the certain situation, because they have their own vision about it. Now, how to recognize this is when people are talking, especially if you're in sales, when you're qualifying and asking questions, if they talk about the previous product that they have or something that is important to them when they made a decision, listen to the cues, what they say, because they say, you know, it just felt right and I knew that this is a great watch for me, and that made me make that decision. So you see that the impetus of that decision comes from within, right? So they don't generally like to be told how to do things, right? So you want to ask them questions and make sure to ask them, what do you think is right? what would you do about this? Do you think this is right? And if you don't do this, how is it going to be? If they articulate it, then they will be compelled to take action, because what they really do look for and what they really value is their own personal opinion, right? Now, you're going to hear people that are externally focused. Those are the people that matter a lot about what others will say, what others will think. And sometimes, as an example, let's say we're talking about the watch, someone comes in and say, last watch that you have purchased, why did you purchase that watch? Well, I liked how, when the watch before that I had, my girlfriend, she said, it looked so beautiful on me. Everyone complimented me in the office. Last car that I bought, like, I was the big hero. The pride that I had when I walk in the office with that watch. The pride that I had when I went into my firm with that car. So now you see that they're externally focused. They say maybe, oh, my girlfriend, she has X product and I would like to have like she. So what that tells you is that she's going to probably go and show her that product, show her that bracelet or a necklace, and she wants to get that recognition from others, and that actually is what feeds him or her, right? All this makes sense. And I'll give you an example. I actually was in a very fascinating business where we were promoting shopping and different types of shops, vendors. So we're working with a lot of jewelry shops. We're talking diamond bracelets, loose gemstones, but also it was sheets, mattresses, t-shirts, underwear, socks, you name it, rum cake, vanilla. There was a lot of products that were there involved. And with our end client actually was these vendors, these owners, these managers. We were working tactics and strategies to standards that we require from them and from their team, from their people, how to interact, how to act, how to sell, and how to approach the people that we were actually also promoting to, which were the end customers. This is what I was doing. It was a fascinating job. Without going too much into depth, I actually had a situation with one lady that you can't forget this, because she had a very particular name that was indelibly emblazoned in my mind. Her name was Dorothy from Kansas, and I can't make this stuff up. And she actually was very internally focused lady. She was affluent. You can see that she was a little bit up in age. And she was looking for a particular piece of jewelry. She was looking for a ring. And we were, choosing and selecting from some rings. And we found a very beautiful 5-carat diamond ring in a yellow gold. She loved it. And all I was doing is asking her questions. How she felt about it, what she thinks about it, does she want it, how will she feel when she goes home with it. It was all about her and her opinion, and it was not me telling anything to her what she should do. I was just asking her, and I saw that she was actually emotionally charged with this question in a positive way, and she wanted that ring. And I managed to actually save her quite a bit of money, about a $50,000 discount. Still, the price tag was about $60,000 that she had to pay, which is a considerable amount of money for just a little piece of jewelry. And at one point, her husband came into this whole interaction, and he did not rub her the right way. He actually started giving her external feedback. He then went in to tell her what she should do, and he actually wanted to pressure her, and he said, listen, if you're going to get that ring, I'm going to be selling one of the houses, and that is it. And when he actually gave her that external feedback, interaction unfolded quite interestingly. She said, go ahead. And she got the ring. Obviously, everything later was, all being ameliorated. He didn't sell the house, and he was actually very happy that she was happy. But I saw the fascinating interaction, because he did not ask her what she thinks about it. He did not ask her to make her own decision, because she might, would go other way, because she had a lot of jewelry already. But he told her what to do with an external frame of reference, and she was completely not compelled to take that action. In fact, she went in the opposite direction. So hopefully you can see how you can use this in your business. Now, we want to also talk about 2 more, or maybe I should keep this for next time, because I want to keep it fresh. I don't want to bombard you and inundate you with a lot of these, because I'm starting to sharing those stories, and then maybe you're going to get a little bit confused, a little bit overwhelmed. So what I'm going to do right now, actually, I'm going to give you these two for today. External and internal. And I'm going to be back tomorrow. I'm going to be back and give you next two. Let me know what you think. Let me know that you like the story, and maybe you can go ahead and go try it and see. Maybe give yourself a little exercise. Go talk to your spouse or your children or your mother, or call someone on the phone, one of your friends, and just ask them questions. About what are some of the important decisions that they made and why they made those decisions, and you can hear how they will give you different perspectives. You're going to see who is internally framed or focused, who is externally framed or focused. So, hope this video was of value. Let me know what you think, and I'll be back tomorrow. As usual, I'm going to say I'll see you out and about. Stay great.